the South.
A Starved Rock local station. Get more Starved Rock news, talk, and classic rock after this presentation of 103.9 WLPO Sports.
High school basketball is on the air. 103.9 WLPO proudly brings you the area's biggest games and best matchups all season. Presented by the Locker Room in Spring Valley. Tonight's game between the St. Bede Bruins and Dwight Trojans is brought to you in part by Illinois Valley Credit Union, Spring Valley City Bank, and Town & Country Services. You can watch tonight's game on Starved Rock Media's YouTube channel. You can also listen on FM 103.9, AM 1220, and with the free WLPO app. Now, St. Bede and Dwight boys basketball, presented by the Locker Room. Here are Jeremy Aiken and Brandon LaChance on 103.9 WLPO.
And good evening and welcome to St. Bede Academy basketball here on 103.9 WLPO and our Starved Rock Media YouTube channel, and of course our NFHS Network Starved Rock Media channel. And welcome to opening of the Tri-County Conference slate for St. Bede and Dwight. Jeremy Aiken along with Brandon LaChance here inside Abbot Gym, the beautiful campus of St. Bede Academy. It's a cold night outside, but a warm night here in the gym, and a nice crowd, Brandon, and a lot of green, a lot of white, because those are the colors of the Dwight Trojans and St. Bede Bruins. And both of these teams off to solid starts, especially St. Bede, Brandon, who is 3-1 coming into this game, and a win a few nights ago against an always good Serena program.
I guess I should apologize right now just in case I get names mixed up and stuff with the same colors, the green and the white. But yes, both teams a hot start. St. Bede jumping out to 3-1 is very encouraging, because when you look at returners and things like that, you didn't know exactly what you were going to get with the Bruins. And for them to jump out to a 3-1 early record in the season, that's great for them.
And of course, their returning leading scorer and rebounder last year is back, and that is Gino Ferrari. Of course, Gino was also the quarterback, and we did the St. Bede Dwight football game. It was homecoming for the Bruins, and Dwight had the better of the Bruins that day, so I'm sure a lot of these guys will want a little bit of revenge and beat Dwight on the basketball court here tonight. Should be a lot of fun. Again, this is conference play, and then St. Bede's going to jump right into the Comoni Classic tomorrow. That's always a fun time. I know in these parts, a great tournament with the Comoni Classic. You got St. Bede, Hall, Putnam County, Fieldcrest. They're calling it kind of the Fieldcrest invite there for several years when Fieldcrest was winning it seemingly every season. But should be a lot of fun, and we're going to look to have, we'll keep people updated on WLPO with a recap of all the games. But as of now, probably won't broadcast any of the Comoni Classic games, but we'll see. We'll see how that plays out next week. But between now and March, Brandon, we're going to have a lot of games. In fact, we got 2 more tomorrow. I'm looking forward to this IVCC. And people have been asking me when the last time WLPO did an IVCC game, and I to my knowledge, it was pre-pandemic, pre-COVID, and it's been too long, so it'll be fun to do IVCC basketball tomorrow, and we'll take the pregame at around 12:50. So I guess a triple header of sorts.
Yeah,
three games in less than 24 hours.
This is one of my favorite times of the year. Tons of basketball all over the place, whether it's varsity, high school, or junior college. I always say the high school season's kind of backwards because, of course, you got the postseason at the end, but you get all the tough tournaments and stuff at the very, very beginning when you're just starting to learn your team. If there was a holiday like right in the middle, I'd put those in the middle of the season instead of the beginning, as you're just starting to get the feel of your team, who's going to do what, the roles. But also it kind of speeds up the process of your team becoming the team that you think you're going to roll with through most of the season and into the postseason. The Comoni Classic, I'm super excited. I am refereeing, I think, about 8 games throughout there, but I am on the JV level. I haven't worked my, don't got the stripes yet to do all the varsity. I have done about 40 varsity games in my career, just not at the Comoni Classic, so we're shooting for that in the future. But IVCC, I'm super pumped. I used to be an assistant coach with Josh Nauman, who was an assistant coach here with the St. Bede boys. But we coached the IVCC women's team together for about 3-4 years during his tenure. So to be back in the gym and catch some Eagles basketball, I'm really excited.
Yeah, we're really excited to have those 2 games tomorrow for you on both radio and video as well. Mike Sabatini behind the camera tonight here at St. Bede Academy as we're up on the stage on the south side of the gym here inside St. Bede. The JV game, by the way, was won by Dwight 39-33. St. Bede led most of the game, and then Dwight just kind of turned it on at the end and got some turnovers and some big baskets and some and ones. So Dwight won the JV game tonight over St. Bede. Of course, tonight's broadcast is presented by The Locker Room, your local home for all things sports. From equipment, uniforms to fan gear, it's The Locker Room. Find out more at lockerroombpb.com. Jeremy Aiken, Brandon LaChance here as we just got to 7 o'clock. We're going to take our break. We come back. We'll go ahead and go over the starting lineups for tonight's game between St. Bede and Dwight. As Brandon mentioned, Dwight 2-2 and St. Bede 3-1. An early test for both teams to kind of see where they're at as far as the Tri-County Conference goes. And if you're St. Bede, obviously you always want to try to defend your home court and win in front of the home fans. Going to come back with the lineups after this. St. Bede Bruins basketball on WLPO and the Star Rock Media YouTube channel and NFHS channel, presented by The Locker Room.
The holidays are truly the best time of the year, a time to gather with family, reflect on the past, and look ahead with hope and dreams for the future. Hi, I'm Steve Piano. At Illinois Valley Credit Union, we're here to help make those dreams come true with financial services that fit your life. Like our high-yield checking accounts with no minimum balance, no monthly service fees. If you live, work, or worship in LaSalle, Bureau, or Putnam counties, you can become a member too. Visit ivcu.com to learn more. Insured by the NCUA, Illinois Valley Credit Union, the biggest little credit union around.
Don't forget that phone you got can stream us from anywhere.
I see a smartphone and I want to get the app.
The 1039 WLPO app.
I want to get the app.
Now playing Starved Rock local news, talk, and rock. Listen on FM 1039, AM 1220 with the free WLPO app. Or ask your smart speaker to play 1039 WLPO. Starved Rock news, talk, and classic rock.
And we're back. Jeremy Aiken and Brandon LaChance back here at St. Bede Academy as we continue our pregame coverage. Tonight's broadcast presented by The Locker Room. And here's the lineups. First for the visiting Dwight Trojans. Again, they come in at 2-2. Their starting lineup: number 1, Joe Duffy; number 3, Colin Benchand; number 11, Joey Starks; number 24, Trevor Jensen; and number 42, Jackson Lanius. Dwight is coached by Jeremy Connors. So you got a junior, a senior, junior, and senior in the Dwight lineup. 3 juniors and 2 seniors. For the home team, the St. Bede Academy Bruins, of course, they are coached by Brian Hansen, assisted by Luke Dobrich and Josh Nauman. A 3-guard starting lineup for the Bruins: number 2, a 5'9" senior, Gus Burr; 6'2" senior, number 4, Gino Ferrari; a 5'10" senior, number 12, Carson Riva. And you also have a 5'8" junior, Gino Dingus, and A.J. Hermes, a 6-foot senior. So St. Bede with 4 seniors and 1 junior in their starting lineup as they come in again tonight at 3-1. Some other games will be following tonight. I know LP, who's off to a good start as well. They got a girls and boys doubleheader on the road in Morris tonight. So best of luck to the Cavaliers. You got Fieldcrest home to Olympia. This will be a good one right off the bat. Marquette at Seneca.
Yeah, that's a tough one
in this Tri-County Conference. Yeah,
tough one for both squads.
Princeton's at Sterling Newman. Never easy to win at Sterling Newman, that's for sure. Putnam County, I would say a somewhat of a rivalry game with Henry St. Atchwine.
I would say so.
And Putnam County. Streeter boys are home to Peatone. Earlville's at Salmonaught. And some other girls matchups. You got Ottawa at Canelan. I think they're doing a girls-boys doubleheader as well. So that's your matchups. And, of course, there'll be more games tomorrow. In fact, the Kimoni Classic tips off tomorrow. And I just happen to have the schedule here handy.
While you're looking for that, I will say I was, before I came here, was reffing the IESA 8th grade girls regional at Logan Junior High in Princeton, and Peru Parkside unfortunately fell to Rockford Marshall. Very aggressive, tight game, but in the end, Marshall pulled out against Peru Parkside. We got to represent the junior high here and there.
Yeah, and I know tomorrow there are 7th grade teams from Princeton, Logan, Wallace, and Bureau Valley who are all competing at the state tournament tomorrow. So best of luck to those ladies. And it's always a fun time of the year for the 7th and 8th grade, the ISA playoffs. So we'll keep tabs of those teams. But just across the way in Spring Valley tomorrow is day number 1 of the Comoni Classic, and the team that replaced LP is Galva, which matches up probably more enrollment-wise with the field. LP was kind of the big fish as far as enrollment went compared to the other schools.
Yeah, they were the big school.
Yeah, Galva takes on Fieldcrest at 3. Then you got Princeton and Bureau Valley renewing that old rivalry at 4:30. Hall takes on Rock Falls. Rock Falls always solid in basketball. That'll be 6 o'clock. And then the nightcap, St. Bede will play the last game of the night against Mendota. That should be a lot of fun. I know Mendota, boy, I give them a credit for playing Canelan, putting Canelan on their schedule. Canelan's probably going to be, I don't know if they've had any polls come out yet. Probably, I think they wait till usually after the Christmas tournament.
Usually do.
Canelan's going to be a top 10 team, probably in Class 3A this year. So
Easily.
Yeah.
And I saw some game footage and things like that. They're the real deal. They got a guard that's pretty awesome. They got a 6'9" player, an athlete that's pretty intensely good at both sides of the ball. And as Steve Wasmer, the Mendota boys basketball coach, said, he's like, they're so athletically gifted and have shooters everywhere that they're tough to guard. So the 91-50 loss to Canelan, he's kind of just shaking it off and moving forward.
Yeah, I remember we did Canelan at LP a year ago. So, that is they were very good last year, so they're going to be loaded again this year. So I give Mendota credit, even though it was a loss early in the season, to play a team like Canelan. So we're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll be ready for tip-off here from St. Bede Academy in about a minute. St. Bede Dwight basketball coming up, presented by The Locker Room on 103.9 WLPO, the Starved Rock Media YouTube channel, and NFHS Network.
When a play breaks down on the basketball court, you've got the rest of the game to make up for it. When something breaks down at home, you need prompt and professional service. Town & Country Services has their phones manned 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so your problems and questions are all taken care of promptly and professionally. Town & Country offers free estimates and affordable rates, are licensed professionals, and have been a staple in the Illinois Valley since 1919. When you need prompt professional service, call Town & Country Services in Tonka or Princeton.
Town & Country Services.
Back in 2009, Joe Flanagan's wife nudged him toward a career in law enforcement. Now, more than 16 years later, Joe's a Bureau County deputy, and December's James Hardy First Responder of the Month. Joe says he truly likes helping people work through their problems and encourages everyone to follow their dreams for a rewarding career. Thanks for all you do, Joe. Enjoy a D'Amelio's Italian Deli gift card from James Hardy. Read more and nominate your favorite first responder now at starvedrock.media.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in Illinois at highschoolofficials.com.
Start your day with Rod and Tom, then get updates throughout the day on 103.9 WLPO, Starved Rock News, Talk, and Classic Rock.
Jeremy Aiken, Brandon LaChance back here at St. Bede Academy as we're ready for the starting lineups in this Tri-County Conference opener between the 2-2 Dwight Trojans and the 3-1 St. Bede Bruins. Again, the JV game was won by Dwight, 39-33, as St. Bede led most of that game, but Dwight pulled away at the very end. So again, we'll try to get scores as well throughout the night with LP in action, Princeton in action, Fieldcrest, Marquette, Seneca, Streeter as well. So it's a Friday night in December. As you can imagine, a busy night on the hardwood. So looking forward to getting back in the high school basketball swing. I don't know if you watched any of the the high school football state finals, Brandon, but man, it looked pretty cold out there.
Unfortunately, I was refereeing tournaments. I was at the Serena Thanksgiving tournament for the lower class before they moved the other ones to, I believe that was Tuesday, correct? 7A and 8A?
5 and 6A were Tuesday at ISU, and then I believe 7 and 8A played Wednesday at Northern.
And both days I was also repping games. But I caught the scores and who won and everything afterwards. I mean, it's always bittersweet at the end of the season, right? I mean, you love to see state championships, and then you realize, oh, man, we're not doing this again until August.
Yeah, but it looked pretty frigid down on the field. But obviously, when you go that deep into the football playoffs, it's going to be cold. And so that kind of put the closure on the fall sports, if you will. And obviously we're deep into the winter sports now with wrestling underway, boys and girls bowling, high school basketball, of course, as well. So it's always kind of fun, as you mentioned, with Colmoni. And then before you know it, a lot of teams are playing in the Christmas tournament. And then it always seems like once you begin in January, it's a mad dash then for like 3 months.
Yes.
Constant basketball until the regionals.
It's kind of weird. It's like a sprint in a marathon because it's like games so, fast and furious. They're playing 3, 4, 5 times during the week, and they're doing it for the marathon run, which is 3 months. Yeah, it's crazy, but I love it. As a radio guy, journalist, it's a lot of fun watching all the basketball, being able to call it. And I'm excited to see what happens. 2 solid teams here in the Bruins and the Trojans.
Yeah, St. Bede looking to move to 4-1, and even more importantly, you could argue 1-0 in the conference play and the always competitive Tri-County Conference. Jumping for the Bruins is Gino Ferrari, and Gino wins the tip for the Bruins as Gino Dingus goes and runs it down. Gino with a left-handed dribble quickly. Elbow jumper is good, so how about Gino Dingus just came right down that strong left-handed dribble and popped the shot from the left elbow of the free throw line. And just like that, the Bruins are up 2-0. And now we got an offensive foul. Boy, Gino Dingus shot out of a cannon here with his energy as he was guarding Joe Duffy tight. And I guess Duffy must have given him a forearm. He got an offensive foul called.
That's exactly what happened. The screen was there and the ball handler right at the same time, and he got an elbow right across the chest. Easy foul.
Bounce pass in the corner. Dingus to Burr. Kicks it out. 3 on the way. No good by Riva. And the rebound cleared by Jensen of Dwight. Here come the Trojans down 2-0 to the Bruins. Duffy feeding it inside to Lanius. Back outside. Duffy gets the pick. Reverse layup. He stepped out of bounds. Right in front of us on the stage. Turnover. Dwight, and St. Bede with the ball up 2-0, 40 seconds into this one.
Slow start from Dwight. That's 2 turnovers on the first 2 possessions, an offensive foul and then going out of bounds. Don't think that's going to last forever, so St. Bede just got to keep putting on the pressure.
With the ball out top is Burr for Dwight's looking to trap, and they got overly aggressive there and got a reach in. That'll be on Colin Batchand. I remember that name from football, and that's his first team second. Dwight kind of showing a trap defense, but with that aggressive defense, it's already gotten them 2 team fouls in under a minute. And again, they reach in. Dingus momentarily loses it. Oh, too much on that bounce pass, and that's a turnover for LP as A.J. Hermes was posting up, but the feed inside just wasn't on the target. So St. Bede with their first turnover of the night. And now we got Dingus, who is too close on defense, so he's going to get his first foul. Just a minute in, looks like we're going to have a fun battle at point guard between Duffy for Dwight and Dingus for St. Bede, both in each other's grill, if you will, Brandon. There's not much breathing room.
There is not. They're playing very aggressive man defense for the most part. And if you look at both rosters, a lot of guards and wings, not a lot of big guys.
Nope. Dwight has yet to score. We're a minute 20 into it. The Trojans with the ball. St. Bede in a man-to-man defense. Dwight just working the ball out on the perimeter, looking inside, but nothing's there. Duffy thought about the 3, kicks it out, and his teammate was no longer where Duffy passed it. Turnover goes into the stands, and St. Bede will inbound up 2-0 as the Bruins defense has shut out Dwight for the first minute and a half. Dingus drives into the double team. Somebody's got to be open. Hermes finds Burr out top. Dingus for three. Good. Well, already, Brandon, I think we got to have a heat check with Dingus quickly the other way. Give Dwight credit. They got behind the defense. Trevor Jensen with the layup, the big guy, I guess the biggest guy on the court for either team, and they get their first bucket as we get a kicked ball in the backcourt. So St. Bede will inbound. Coach Brian Hansen pacing the sideline for the Bruins.
Gino Dingus is going to get a heat check on both sides. He's playing great defense and shooting the rock.
Oh, and he turns the ball over, though, as Dwight's got some pressure D, and a nice job by St. Bede's Gus Burr to stop that transition potential layup for Dwight. Gus knocked it out of bounds. It's off St. Bede, but potentially stopped a layup for the Trojans. So we're 2 minutes in, 5-2 St. Bede. Dwight inbounding the ball underneath their own basket.
Yeah, that was a heads-up defensive play. Just tracked him down, just tipped the ball a little bit to make it go out of bounds.
A rainbow three is good by Duffy. Man, that one almost brought rain. 5-5. And there you see Dwight, Brandon, again in that full court pressure defense here. Burr with the drive, kicks it out. Dingus another three. No good. Rebound Dwight.
That three that you were talking about, the Rainbow J, I'll call it. It was like Dirk Nowitzki-ish.
There's another high Archer three. That one by Starks is missed. And a rebound ran down by Riva for St. Bede. Riva finds Dingus, and he's trying not to dribble into that double team. Here is Riva. Bounce pass ahead to Burr in the corner. Driving down the baseline is Ferrari. No good. Gino's first shot, and he's going to get a reach in as he missed the shot. And so many times you see that where the guy who misses the shot then gets overly aggressive with the hands and gets a reach-in foul. So that's the first on Gino Ferrari. And each team with two personal fouls. Dwight with their first substitution of the night. They bring in Evan Cox off the bench, and Jackson Lanius will take a seat.
That's one of those wrong place, wrong time in a nick of a second kind of deals that Gino Ferrari just got stuck in.
Yeah. 5-5 as Dwight went 2 minutes without scoring, and now they've gotten 5 points, and they have the ball here. Duffy is out top, guarded closely by Dingus. Kicks it over in the corner to Batchend, who drives, dishes to Jensen. Nice drive and dish by Colin Batchend for Dwight. And Jensen with an easy layup, and Dwight with their first lead of the night, 7-5. Bounce pass here is Riva for Hermes to Riva. Dingus, free throw line J, bounces around, no good. Fight for the rebound, shot, could have got a foul. Ferrari, no good. Boy, a couple easy bunnies there for St. Bede. They just couldn't get him to go. And here comes Dwight. Jensen the other way, blocked by Burr, but Jensen stays with it, misses it. Put back up and in, and a foul. Ferrari's going to get his second. Oh, boy. As that one was put in by Joey Starks on the offensive glass. Both teams missing some layups. And that hurts because Gino Ferrari is going to probably have to take a seat with two fouls.
And he is. He's coming out right now.
Coming in for the Bruins is Graham Ross, a 6'2 sophomore. 9-5 Dwight as they've went on a little run here after getting off to a slow start. Way short in the free throw. Rebound by Burr. Quickly ahead to Dingus. And it's going to go off Dwight as Ross lets it go for St. Bede smartly. The inbound. 4:14 to go here in the first quarter. 9-5 Dwight.
After Gino Dingus came out on fire on both sides, now Burr is kind of taking over, taking some shots, getting some rebounds, and playing good defense.
Well, Burr with a three attempt, and that one was airmailed a little bit too long and out of bounds to Dwight. So we'll see what St. Bede does with their leading scorer on the bench, probably for sure for the rest of this quarter, I would think, as we're halfway through. It is 9-5 Dwight. Oh, almost a steal by the sophomore, but he's going to get called instead for a foul. Reach in on Graham Ross.
We're 4 minutes in, and between the two teams already have 6 fouls. It's a little handsy.
Yeah,
you got to play with your feet and your body. Don't play with your hands.
A lot of reach in. It's aggressive defense. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, next foul, Brandon, for St. Bede. It'll send Dwight to the line for 2. Dwight will be in the bonus. Remember, no more 1-and-1s. It's 2 free throws here.
As a referee and a basketball fan, I appreciate it. I like just.
There you go. There's a steal by Ross. Kicks it over to Riva. Left-handed layup. No, but he's fouled.
Nice fast break. As soon as you get the steal, go the other side. That's exactly what they did.
So Riva drew the contact. That's Jensen's first.
13
And Riva looking for his first points of the night. A nice steal by the sophomore. Graham Ross to set that up.
So those are the smart fouls. You want to foul on the layups. And, you know, when they're taking it to the basket, you don't want the hands-on reaches when you're 5 feet from the three-point line. Those are dumb fouls. That was a smart foul to try to foul the shooter, take him to the free throw line.
And the first one was in and out. Second one, nothing but net for Carson. And he's on the scorebook. So it's 9-6, Dwight. Here come the Trojans, kicking it out. Joe Duffy in the corner to Starks. They move it around to Batchant. Three on the way is no good by Evan Cox. Rebound fought for, and it's going to go on Jensen as he was battling St. Bede's Ross. That's going to be 2 on Jensen for Dwight, so he'll probably have to take a seat. He's basically the big man for Dwight, starting center. Oh, no.
Oh, they're calling on Dingus.
Wow, I thought they called that. St. Bede coaches are wondering.
It's a shooting foul. And now, yeah, Brian Hansen's got his hand up like, hold on, what's going on?
Or, yeah, I thought it was on Jensen. It's not, and it's on Dingus, and that's Gino's. Or maybe they're saying it shouldn't have been on Gino, perhaps.
Well, because
that's his second already.
There were 2 Bruins and Jensen battling for the ball, and they were kind of bouncing around like a ping pong ball. So now they're like, hey, that's not, they're trying to say it's not on Dingus now.
Yeah, because that would be his second. First free throw in and out and back in for Jensen. Substitute for St. Bede is Alec Tomsha, and Dingus will take a seat, so maybe, I don't know, maybe they haven't changed the foul yet.
It still says 2 on the board, too.
Yeah. Jensen's second free throw is good. 11-6 Dwight. Foul trouble early for St. Bede with Dingus and Ferrari.
2 of the biggest, best players for St. Bede.
See who will step up for the Bruins. Tomsha back out top. They get it inside to Hermes. Kicking it back out. It's going to be a travel on Burr. He faked the shot and shuffled the feet.
He did move before he put the ball down.
Jackson Lanius back in for Dwight. And Jensen will take a seat. 11-6 Dwight. 3 minutes to go here in this first quarter from St. Bede Academy. All the way, and a nice job taking the charge was Riva, and it's going to be a charge on Joe Duffy for Dwight.
That was textbook. When you're teaching kids how to take a charge, that's exactly what he did. He put his hands on his chest, put his feet down, didn't move, let the Trojan come right into him, and obviously the charge.
Now, college and NBA, that probably would have been within that circle that you have where they can't call a charge, but don't have that circle in the free throw line in high school. 3 on the way by Burr. Good! Smooth-looking shot for Gus Burr, and St. Bede needed that one. It's Dwight with a full-court pass there. They work it inside. Lanius kicks it back out top. Cox for 3. No good. Nothing but backboard. And a rebound corralled by Tomsha. He almost throws it away. In the corner to Burr. Burr with the dribble. Tomsha 3. No good. Rebound fought for and cleared by Burr. Burr kind of no-look pass, and it's stolen away by Duffy of Dwight. He's got a 2-on-1. Duffy's finger roll, no good. And rebound cleared by Tomsha. This thing's back and forth. Here goes Burr. Left-handed drive, shot off the glass, no good. Rebound Cox. Here comes Dwight quickly the other way. Duffy thought about the 3, kicks it out. Now Duffy will take a 3 from the corner. Air ball.
With not a lot of size, we're just running and gunning because of the speed and the size of these guards.
Ross with the rebound for St. Bede. Now they kind of slow it down to get a breath. Here's Riva. Drives cut off, and he traveled. He got triple teamed as he drove right into the lane, and Carson kind of shakes his head. And that's a turnover as everybody momentarily is able to kind of take a breath here as this thing has been kind of like almost like a rec league there for a little bit. We're just up and down.
I know. Are you catching your breath? I'll talk for a second so you can catch yours.
Here's a 3 by Cox again for Dwight. In and out, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds off Dwight. Last touch by number 42, Jackson Lanius. Nice job by Alec Tomsha, Brandon. Only 5'9", but he got down low and Almost had the rebound.
Yeah, he's playing pretty well. They got to, keep putting hands in the face of Evan Cox, number 10 for Dwight. He's getting open looks. He hasn't knocked him down yet, but he finds a rhythm. He looks like he's a green light shooter for Dwight.
Yeah, he's come off the bench firing here so far. Riva thought about firing a three. Tomsha kicks it in the corner. Burr, who made a three earlier, dribble drives, cut off, picks up his dribble, bounce pass out to Tomsha. Skips it across the court to Riva for St. Bede. Riva now kind of running the point with Dingus out of the lineup. Tomsha inside to Hermes. Hermes looking outside. Here's a three by Burr. Good! That's 2 threes for Gus Burr.
And that's the problem when you play a zone.
Duffy quickly the other way. Beautiful layup. He avoided the charge that time. And it's 13-12. Dwight back with the lead. We're down to 45 seconds.
On the other side, when he knocked down the three, Burr knocking down the three, they drew the take a shot. I was taking a break for the three, but they passed the ball around and got out of that zone, got Dwight out of their zone and had an open look, just like they just did right there.
Tomsha missed the three the first time around. St. Bede got the rebound, and Tomsha gets another shot at it. Dwight throws it away.
I'm glad he hit that because that was proving my point. They passed the ball and got Dwight out of the zone. A zone, when you're going against a team with shooters, you can lead you in bad positions like the last 2 threes for St. Bede.
Out of bounds. Ross tried to drive the baseline for the Bruins, but it was knocked out by Dwight. The Bruins will inbound underneath their basket. 17 seconds left. It's 15-13 St. Bede. Starks comes back in Dwight. Dwight probably putting in some defense here, figuring it's probably going to be the last possession of this half. I would suspect St. Bede will hold for the last shot here.
This game is quick. We can't even get our points out across. They're like, hey, we're taking a shot.
Inbounds to Burr. Burr, the right-handed dribble, will pull it out. Yeah, St. Bede's going to run this clock a little bit. Dwight still looking to trap. Burr with a crossover dribble. Kicks it out. No, he can't get the pass out. He still has it. 4 seconds. Ross with a jumper. No good back iron. Dwight's going to get, nope, they're not going to get a shot off. Riva stole it. And a reaching at the end, kind of dangerous by Dwight. But no foul, no harm. And that's how we're going to end a very frantic, exciting, fun to watch first quarter here from the Academy. St. Bede on top, 15-13 over Dwight. Back with the second quarter after this on 103.9 WLPO, WLPO app, Starved Rock Media YouTube, and the Starved Rock Media NFHS network.
Tired of generic gear that doesn't represent your true colors? It's time to take the next step with the Locker Room. Whether you're hitting the field, court, or cheering from the stands, the Locker Room is your trusted partner for all your sporting goods and custom apparel needs. Just like the pros, the Locker Room understands what it takes to showcase your identity with quality and style. From team uniforms to fan gear, they have an extensive range of products to customize your dream look. Check them out online or visit Mike and the team in Spring Valley, and now on weekends in Utica. The Locker Room. Elevate your game today.
The biggest games and the best matchups are on 103.9 WLPO. Starved Rock News, Talk, and Classic Rock.
Yeah, we got a great matchup for you tonight. This has been fun. St. Bede 15-13 over Dwight, and the Bruins able to get back that lead even with Gino Dingus and Gino Ferrari on the bench for over half of that quarter. And Coach Hansen's going to roll the dice here a little bit by putting Ferrari and Dingus back in as we start the second quarter. Dwight with the ball. Here comes Cox, guarded by Dingus, so they'll take Dingus off Duffy. That's probably a smart idea. Actually, Duffy's not even in there. Now he's getting ready to check in for Dwight. He's kind of their ball handler and guy that draws fouls. Dwight works it inside. Lanius, a little give and go. Layup, though, too hard. And a rebound by Ferrari, and missing the layup and then committing the foul was Caden Wood, a sophomore.
He got caught in that same position that Ferrari did earlier. You go up for a shot, and then you miss it, you go for the rebound, and you end up coming down and hitting the guy that did get the rebound. But we do got to give props to Gus Burr and Carson Riva with Dingus and Ferrari out. They've stepped up and have led the St. Bede team.
Here is Riva. He's double teamed, looking for help, finds Burr. Burr in the corner. Ferrari open three. Front iron, no good. Rebound cleared by Jensen, who's back in. Here comes Dwight. Duffy kicks it out to Starks. Starks over the corner to Cox. Cox with a left-handed dribble. Finds Duffy out top. And he's guarded by Burr now. Cox beats his man off the dribble. Jumper good. Nice job. That was the first non-3-point attempt by Evan Cox. You mentioned, Brandon, he came off the bench just firing threes.
And he got lucky because St. Bede almost got the steal.
Yeah.
And then his defender left him, and he was able to get that shot off.
Nice floater in the lane. Left-handed floater by Dingus. Give the assist to Gus Burr. And the Bruins lead 17-15. And oh no, that's a third foul. A judgment call there. Could have easily been a steal, but they called Dingus with the reach in. And just like that, gonna think that Dingus might be done for the half.
You want your players to play aggressive and be in the game at all times, but with 2 fouls, needed to play a little easier because now they're in a real tough situation. 6:43 left in the second. He's not gonna come back.
17-15 St. Bede. Duffy gets open for 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound fought for, and Riva muscles it away from everybody. Here comes Burr driving, and they're going to call a double dribble. I thought maybe Dwight got a hand on it, which would have negated that violation, but the officials don't agree with that. So a turnover for St. Bede. 6:30 to go in this first half. It's 17-15 St. Bede over the visiting Trojans. Here is Duffy, picks up his dribble, kicks it over. Duffy gets it back. They go down inside to Starks, kicking it out to Batchend, and he throws it to the St. Bede cheerleaders, or was it tipped? It was tipped.
They're saying it was tipped.
Yeah.
It did slide out of his hand.
Burr will get a breather, and in for the first time tonight for the Bruins is Jose De La Torre. And there's an inbounds out top to Jensen for Dwight. Here is Duffy, gets the pick, thought about the 3. Kicks it back to Jensen, a little give and go there, back to Duffy. 6 minutes to go. It's 17-15 St. Bede here in the second quarter, and travel.
Yeah, he took a step before he tried to pass it.
Colin Batchend, who was a football standout for Dwight, gets called for the travel, so that's a turnover right in front of the St. Bede bench. And inbounding for the Bruins is Carson Riva. 17-15 is the score. De La Torre picks up his dribble. Finds Riva. It's a kick, but they let it go. De La Torre, a bounce pass ahead to Tomsha in the corner. Cross court. Here's Riva.
Coaches hate that pass, but they'll accept it if it works, but usually hate it.
Tomsha, corner 3, back iron, no. Nice rebound. Oh, and they're going to call, I think, a foul on Dwight because the sophomore had the position. Graham Ross, and then he was kind of bumped out by Starks of Dwight.
Yeah, he was pushed when he got it, so he kind of flew as soon as he got the ball because an arm pushed him there.
17-15 is the score as the game momentarily has kind of settled into a slower pace here. Ferrari left-handed dribble, goes up, no good. A little bit of contact. Rebound, though, tracked down by Riva. Kicks it over to Tomsha, corner Ross, he'll drive, and he's held. So the sophomore draws another foul on Dwight, and quickly, let's see if that's their 3rd or 4th team foul.
I believe it's their 4th. They haven't changed it on the board yet, but I believe it's the 4th.
Yeah, they're kind of, I think they're asking right now.
They didn't know what number it was. That's why they hadn't changed it. They're like, they're going, moving their fingers. It's the 2nd on Cox, so that will be the 3rd.
Team 3rd, okay. There's a 3 by Tomsha, no good, and Tomsha runs down his own rebound, throws it out top to De La Torre. Over to Riva, back to De La Torre, top of the key. Free throw line jumper, De La Torre, no good. Rebounded by Starks of Dwight. Here come the Trojans, quickly ahead. Duffy beats De La Torre off the dribble. Nice job by De La Torre, knocked it away. That was out of bounds.
That was nice, D. Had his head on a swivel there. Saw the ball come in, the guy coming his way, just poked it out of reach.
Hermes back in for St. Bede, and Ferrari will take a seat. Inbounding it is Colin Batchend underneath his hoop for Dwight. Throws it out top to Duffy. He's going to be guarded by Tomsha. 5 minutes to go until half. 17-15 St. Bede. Drive by Duffy, puts it up. No, but he drew the foul, so he'll go to the line for 2.
Those are one of those fouls you're like, okay, were they both straight up, but you saw number 22, Hermes, kind of put his body out when he came in and just kind of chest bumped him just a little bit, but that's enough for a foul.
First foul of the night on Hermes for St. Bede. Duffy's first free throw is good. You're listening to second quarter action brought to you by Spring Valley City Bank. Our local basketball programs aren't the only local favorites with a legacy of success. For 119 years, Spring Valley City Bank's been a trusted partner in helping our community with all their banking needs. Visit Spring Valley City Bank locations in, of course, Spring Valley and Peru. Duffy, nothing but net on both free throws. He's a nice player. He's got 7 points to lead the Trojans, and we're tied at 17. Here come the Bruins. Burr in the corner.
We were just talking about A.J. Hermes. His dad, Jim, is actually in the stands. I just refereed a game with him about a week ago.
Hermes tried the shot, but he was blocked. And here comes Dwight. There's a steal by Tomsha. Just can't keep it in bounds as a nice job with the steal, Alec Tomsha, but his momentum took him out of bounds. The referee right on the play there. 17 all, 4:35 to go in the second quarter. St. Bede led by a bucket after the first quarter. So far this quarter has settled down immensely compared to the first. Duffy hits a big three. Wow.
And St. Bede got lucky because I think he got bumped on the arm, but he still made it anyway.
Duffy's got 10 on the evening. They go Ross, bounce pass inside, going to work as Hermes, up and in.
They're not calling the flop.
They're going to maybe warn him now because they waited for the shot to go
That's
in.
what this signal is when you put your arms up, like both hands. That's a flop warning. So that if it happens again, it'll be a technical. That was newly instated last year, and then now we're definitely, IHSA is making it well known, like, hey, if you're flopping, this is what's going to happen.
As the Dwight head coach getting an explanation. Jeremy Connor, the head coach for the Trojans. It's 20-19 Dwight. We're about halfway through this Spring Valley City Bank second quarter. Duffy bringing the ball down. He's got half of his team's points. Passes it off to Batchend, who kicks it out. Starks for three. Long, no good. Rebound by Tomsha. He's got 3 Trojans on him, all reaching in. Tomsha comes down with it. Burr fakes the 3, drives. He's double teamed, kicks it out. Tomsha, no look pass to Ross, and he traveled. So just moved his feet just slightly, and that was enough. So another turnover. It's 20-19 Dwight over St. Bede again. Dwight won the JV game, pulling away in the fourth quarter. Duffy passes it out to Batchend. Back to Duffy. Duffy being guarded by Tomsha. Duffy kicks it over. Here's Cox, a runner. I think it was partially blocked by Ross.
It definitely was. He got his hands up there right as the shot was leaving his hand.
Burr for St. Bede. Left-handed dribble, spin move. He's back behind the three-point line between the legs. Burr kicks it out. Hermes thought about the 3. Picks up his dribble. Gus Burr for 3. Front iron. Bounces around. No good. Hermes runs the rebound down. Kicks it back out top to Riva. Here's Burr. Free throw line. Kicks it out. Tomsha for 3. Long. And another rebound by Hermes. Hermes will take this one up, and he draws the foul.
St. Bede is just outworking Dwight now. I'm not saying anybody's getting tired or, fatigued, but St. Bede is putting themselves in the right position to get to rebounds, get to the 50-50 balls, and right now they are outworking Dwight.
Yeah, Hermes had a very nice possession there on the offensive glass, and A.J. drew the foul on Evan Olson, who played quite a bit in the JV game for Dwight. He's a sophomore. And Hermes good on the free throw to tie things up at 20. St. Bede could get the lead back here if Hermes can make this second free throw. 20 all, just under 3 minutes to go until half. Try to look for some scorers as we head to halftime. The free throw was no good. Ross got the rebound, and I think they're going to call him for over the back. Yeah. 13 foul. Second foul of the night on Ross, who's given them some valuable minutes off the bench tonight. Ferrari has not played much at all because of the foul trouble. Same with Dingus. You gotta think that's a very big positive, Brandon. The fact that St. Bede's right in this one, and arguably 2 of your best players haven't played much. There's Starks going to the basket. May have been hacked, but they let it go, and he misses a layup. Rebound by Riva. Here comes St. Bede.
Your last point, I 100% agree with you, but Burr, as he's showing right here, and Riva have kind of like taken over who's doing stuff.
Oh, a nice continuation there. It was Burr who went up, had a pass, and Hermes with the old school pump fake worked beautifully. The pump fake got the Dwight player well off his feet. And Hermes went to the basket. It was a definite continuation, and they give it to him. And I think the Dwight coach he's saying, you know, they added the continuation in college. They've been doing continuation NBA, but last I checked, we still don't do the continuation in high school. But
and we just had a good presentation by the referee over there showing, telling the coach what happened and why he called what he called.
Reenactment, if you will, there, yeah. So great play. Hermes with a chance for an and one. Dwight called a quick timeout. We'll keep it right here, just a 30-second timeout. That foul, by the way, was called on Joey Starks, who got caught up in the air for Dwight. That's his first. St. Bede is in the bonus. So for the last 2:31, they'll shoot 2 free throws here in the second quarter. Brought to you by Spring Valley City Bank. New sub in. Chris Gedritis is in for the first time tonight, number 23 for St. Bede. So Coach Hansen getting a lot of different players in tonight.
He's got such a even keel team where he's got talent all throughout.
Yep.
They're all about the same size, all got different attributes and trying to mix and match and get them all in there.
Hermes completes the three-point play. Here's Starks driving the baseline, puts it up, blocked, but they'll call Hermes on the foul. So Starks aggressively driving to the basket, draws a foul on Hermes. That'll be Hermes' second. And Giannis Young will be in for the first time for St. Bede. So another new player coming in for the Bruins. Gino Ferrari is back in there with the 2 fouls. So to the line, here is Starks. His first free throw is back iron, no good. So Giannis Young in, and he gets a nice applause, and so does A.J. Hermes for his work on the offensive glass especially. He'll get a breather. We'll see if maybe he'll get a breather for the rest of the half here.
Yeah, a lot of the intangibles, the rebounds, the good passes, stuff like that, St. Bede is doing, which is leading to baskets and stopping this Dwight offense. So just the little things are working in St. Bede's favor.
Well, full court press, and it's dangerous to do that with St. Bede in a bonus, and there you go, you get a reach in, so St. Bede's going to go to the free throw line. Joey Starks gets the reach in, that's his second, so.
I said it earlier, those are the silly fouls, the fouls that you don't want to do, especially when you're going to send them to the line, and they were, 30 feet out. that's a little ways out. 30 feet's an exaggeration, but they were far away from the basket, and a silly foul for sure.
Riva's first free throw is good. So Carson Riva will have another one. And coming back in for St. Bede, Alec Tomsha and Jose De La Torre, and Ferrari will check right back out. I think a little offense-defense substitution here for Coach Brian Hansen with Gino Ferrari. Can't afford him to get his third foul. Second free throw in and out, no good. Young with it, puts it up and in. He just kind of out-muscled the Dwight player, and nice job by Giannis Young with his first bucket of the game. And St. Bede with their biggest lead here, 26-21, a 5-point lead.
Great effort play from Young. He kind of just out-footworked for sure the Dwight defender.
Duffy in the corner, Starks. Duffy gets it back with Burr up on him. Here's Cox out top to Batchant. Batchant traveled. Another turnover for Dwight, and he wonders, who, me? Yep. And that's a turnover on the Trojans. And there you go. That's exactly what St. Bede's doing, Brandon. A little offense-defense with Gino coming in to play offense. And if they can, substitute him out so where he's not playing defense. Dwight again with it
makes sense.
Aggressive trap, full court press. Dangerous pass. Ferrari runs it down. Gino going to go to the hoop. Layup up and in. That had to feel good for Gino to get his first bucket of the night because he's been on the bench so much with the foul trouble.
Yeah, they needed that for him.
28-21, St. Bede up. Here's a three by Cox. No good, back iron, rebound Ferrari. Gino gives it to Tomsha. Back to Riva. Riva quickly kicking it out. Ferrari's wide open three, fakes it, drives instead, puts it up, no good. And rebound fought for, and it goes out of bounds. Ferrari last touched it. And now he's going to come back out, and De La Torre will come in to play defense. 28-21 is the Bruins' lead, their biggest lead of the night at 7.
I've refereed a lot of these kids over the years doing freshman and JV tournaments here at St. Bede. they got a nice core of underclassmen and juniors that they click together real well, and we're seeing that here.
Dwight almost throws it away, a bad pass, but it goes off. Last touch by Riva. And Dwight will inbound it in front of the St. Bede bench. 50 seconds to go here in the Spring Valley City Bank second quarter. That went off Duffy. Have to put my headset down, Brandon, get the ball.
There you go. That was a good heads-up play from St. Bede, putting the pressure, 2 guys on the ball handler, Duffy, for Dwight. Goes off his leg, then his foot. It was definitely off of him.
All right, we're back.
Jonas Young just leaves to a standing ovation almost. I
thought they were clapping for me.
Well, that too.
I'm out of breath now. 28-21. Here's Ross driving to the basket. Layup up and in. A good luck charm, Brandon.
That's exactly what it was.
30-21. The Bruins rolling right now as we head into the half. Almost could have been a travel on Dwight. He's in no man's land. He finds Starks for 3. No good. Rebound for Cox for Dwight. Goes back up and in. Boy, they needed that one. That quiets the crowd momentarily. 30-23. St. Bede's going to have the last shot of this first half. Riva looking to Ferrari. Gino kicks it. Burr. Tomsha 3. Good.
I love how they continue to prove my point with the passes in a zone.
And a shot at the buzzer, no good, and what a finish in that second quarter by the St. Bede Bruins, dishing the ball off. Unselfish play, and the Bruins, even with Gino Dingus and Gino Ferrari saddled with foul trouble in that first half, have opened up a 10-point lead as we head into the halftime break. That was a very exciting Spring Valley City Bank second quarter. We'll have some numbers coming up after this. Jeremy Aiken, Brandon LaChance at halftime, St. Bede Academy, where the Bruins lead the Trojans 33-23. Tonight's broadcast presented by The Locker Room. Back with some first half numbers after this.
Basketball teams are shooting for big wins, and they're not the only ones with a legacy of success. For 119 years, Spring Valley City Bank has been a trusted partner, helping our neighbors with their banking. I'm Stan Wolf. Spring Valley City Bank believes in relationships and experience. Our knowledgeable lenders have a strong commitment to you and provide a solid foundation for the community. Visit our Spring Valley or Peru locations or call today for an appointment. Do business with your friends and neighbors at Spring Valley City Bank. An equal housing lender, member FDIC.
If Tom Petty, Bob Seeger, and John Mellencamp are some of your favorite players, stick around after the game. 103.9 WLPO, Starved Rock News, Talk, and Classic Rock.
Jeremy Aiken, Brandon LaChance back here at the half, and what an electric first half. The St. Bede Bruins with a 10-point lead over visiting Dwight, 33-23. St. Bede led 15-13 after one, and that was a late quarter charge by St. Bede to get the lead back. But then St. Bede just finished strong in that second quarter, and a big three at the end by Tomsha to give St. Bede their biggest lead of the night, 33-23. And Brandon, you have some first half numbers for us.
I sure do. For St. Bede, Gus Burr has knocked down 2 threes. He's got 6 points. Then a great ball handler dishing for other baskets as he's got 4 assists and 2 rebounds. Alec Tomsha has knocked down 2 threes as well for 6 points. The other 3, St. Bede's already knocked down 5 threes in the first half. The last one going to Gino Dingas, which was one of the first baskets for St. Bede. Then for Dwight, they are led by Duffy, who you called out quite a few times as he is kind of picking apart at times the St. Bede defense, but got to give them credit in the second half, not letting him get his shot off as much as Joe Duffy has, 10 points to lead the Trojans.
Well, there you go. A great effort by St. Bede. Dwight has come out. You know, they have that pressure defense. It gave St. Bede a little trouble early on. St. Bede tried to match him, and that kind of got their guys in foul trouble, and then adjustments were made. St. Bede was able to beat the press and hit some big, wide-open threes. That's been a key, hitting some open shots for the Bruins, and that's opened up a 10-point lead. And we've seen, whether it be Burr, whether it be Dingus, and Tomsha. I mean, like you said, Brandon, St. Bede's got just one of those teams where all 5 guys in the court can hit a jump shot, can hit a 3, and can also go underneath and grab an offensive rebound, it seems like.
Definitely, and not only are they shooters, they're also finding the open guy. With Dwight being in the zone, they kept passing the ball around and finding the open guy instead of settling. I don't think they've shot 1 3 where they're contested. There's no hands in their face. They've missed a couple wide open ones, which happens. It's high school basketball. Sure. But the ones that they've knocked down is from moving the ball, from the ball movement, and then finding that open guy ready to knock down a shot. And St. Bede's answered the challenge more times than not.
33-23, the Bruins lead here at the half over the Trojans. Let's take a break. We'll try to round up some scores of some other games for you. Jeremy Aiken, Brandon Lachance, Mike Sabatini on the camera on 103.9 WLPO, the WLPO app, Star Rock Media YouTube channel, and the Star Rock Media NFHS Network channel. St. Bede on top through a half, 33-23 over Dwight. Back in a couple minutes.
Bureau County Food Pantry could use some non-perishable food items at this time of the year. Cereal, instant mashed potatoes, instant oatmeal. Contact them to find out exactly all that they need and help them out at 1019 North Main in Princeton.
This week, Time Warp travels back to 1977.
Beatlemania, a beautiful, brilliant show capturing dozens of the Beatles' greatest hits.
Plus, it's motorcycle mayhem.
Born to be wild.
1977 and leather. This week on
Time Warp with Bill St. James.
Don't miss Time Warp Saturday at noon on 103.9 WLPO.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in Illinois at highschoolofficials.com.
The secret's out. If you're looking for the best deals in men's fashion, it's That Guy's Secret, downtown LaSalle. Callaway zips are 50% off at just $50 and save big on Saks underwear and socks. Mix and match, buy 2, get $10 off. Save up to $40 off the more you buy. And just for stopping in That Guy's Secret this holiday season, you can win diamond earrings or up to $500 in store credit. The secret's out this holiday season at That Guy's Secret, downtown LaSalle.
You ever go to a computer store and you can't find anybody to wait on you? And when you do, someone swoops in like a vulture and instantly takes you to the most expensive unit on the floor. I'm Ken at Connecting Point, and we don't do that. It's not my job to sell you a computer. It's my job to help you purchase a computer that is right for you. Stop on in, find out the difference between what it takes to sell you a computer and help you buy one. We also have all the peripherals that you're going to need. Printers, mice, keyboards, ink for your printer. You'll find it here at Connecting Point. And we don't stop at just selling you computers. We also service as well. We've got a full staff downstairs in the basement where the gentlemen work on computers here. We don't send computers out to Chicago or Timbuktu. You get it serviced right here. You don't need an appointment, just stop by.
If you're thinking about giving a tablet, computer, or laptop as a Christmas gift, don't wait. Visit Connecting Point Computer Center now.
Connecting Point, we provide solutions.
Between all the holiday parties,
weekend tailgates,
and family get-togethers. Oh, they're here. Hey, who needs something to drink?
we've been overindulging a little more than usual. Thank goodness we both added active liver to our diets to give our livers some much-needed support so we have the energy we need to enjoy the holidays.
Active Liver from New Nordic contains a powerful blend of turmeric, milk thistle, and globe artichoke extract designed to give your liver maximum protection and help it do vital jobs like removing toxins from alcohol, rich foods, and sweets.
Try Active Liver today and enjoy all the holiday treats with the peace of mind of knowing you're giving your liver some relief.
Find Active Liver online at Amazon, Vitacost.com, or iHerb.com. Or pick it up today at CVS, Meijer Grocery, or ShopRite. Enjoy life to the fullest with Active Liver.
Starved Rock Local Mornings with Rod and Tom on 103.9 WLPO.
Aiken, Brandon Lachance, Mike Sabatini back here at St. Bede Academy. 33-23 St. Bede over Dwight at the half on this Tri-County Conference opener. And We rounded up some scores, Brandon, and what do we got here for games that are some of them at the half, some of them already starting in the second half?
We have Newman and Princeton. They're in the third, and Newman leads the Tigers 38-32. At halftime, LP is at Morris. It's 11-7 at halftime. Slow. I'm going to say it's a defensive game.
Yeah.
As LP leads 11-7. And then at halftime, this is not a defensive game, at least not for Seneca, as Marquette is leading Seneca 30-9 at halftime.
From what I saw Marquette, they had some really good freshmen, some younger players. I think Marquette's going to be a team that's going to be strong this year. So, and Seneca, maybe they're down finally. Obviously, that's been a great program over the years.
I've had both of their JV squads this season as a referee, and Seneca's got size. They got a couple guys that, I'm 6 foot, I'm not small. There's a couple of them that were already 6'3", 6'4", and about my size. And then Marquette, they're kind of like the St. Bede team. They got a bunch of guards, forwards / hybrid players that are not scared to go inside. They'll take some shots and, just play the overall game of basketball. And when you can get that from any size, that's a heads up for your team.
Ready to start the second half here as we are just shy of 8 o'clock. St. Bede will get the ball to start the second half. They lead 33-23. Both teams going to start with. Actually, Dwight's going to have Cox stay in there, so he did not start the game for St. Bede. So he will start this second half instead of Jackson Lanius, number 42. That's the only change. St. Bede with their original starting 5 back in there.
I wonder if Cox is a starter, but something happened where he came off the bench later.
Maybe.
Because the way he plays and the way he's got the green light, it makes me think he's a starter.
Ferrari in traffic. There's a 3-second. Yeah, it got just too kind of jumbled. Too much traffic in the lane. I've got a 3-second call as Hermes just couldn't get out of the lane in time for St. Bede, so that's an early turnover in this second half. Dwight with the ball. Here is Duffy. Kicking it out to Jensen. They set the screen for Starks in the corner to Duffy. Duffy finds a cutting Jensen, kicks it back out to Duffy for Dwight. He's guarded by Burr. Tries to beat Burr off the dribble, can't. Now goes baseline, kicks it out, off Starks. Cox throws it away, steal by Dingus. Dingus the other way, layup left-handed, no good. Rebound Dingus. Kicks it out to Burr, corner, Ferrari fakes the 3. He'll go baseline. Gino pump fake up and in.
That was a heads-up basketball play right there. Faked the defender into getting out of his way and made an easy shot.
12-point lead.
Basketball 101 right there.
Here's Cox, kicks it out to Duffy. Batchin kicks it over to Starks. He really wasn't ready for it. He'll drive to the basket. Layup up and in, and he's fouled. Wow.
That was a strong take, a good take from Starks. That's what every coach wants their players to do, go through the middle of the paint. He split the defenders and then gets one of them to hit him.
Third on Hermes. AJ with his third foul. He was the one that got caught with the reach in. Coach Hansen will keep Hermes out there. Free throw no good. And who'd it go off of? It was
off of St. Bede.
Yeah.
It bounced off of a forearm of St. Bede and went out of bounds.
So lead back to 10, and Dwight has a chance to turn this into a 4 or 5 point possession. Here is Duffy, kicks it out to Batchant. Batchant goes down the lane with some reckless abandon, kind of a wild layup, missed it. Jensen with the rebound though for Dwight. Duffy, baseline jumper, long. Rebound Burr for the Bruins. Gus will pull it back a little bit, then ahead to Dingus. Dingus picks up his dribble to Hermes. Hermes having issues with it, finds Dingus. Jump shot, good. And there's another bucket by Gino Dingus.
I love when I see that. Doesn't take the 3, takes a couple steps in, knocks down the mid-range. That's old school basketball.
3 on the way by Batchin. It's an air ball, and St. Bede will get the ball back. Was close to having a heat check in that first half with Gino Dingus. Heat checks this season are brought to you by Tonic Country Services. Whether you're too hot or too cold, remember Tonic Country Services is doing whatever it takes. Steal on the press for Dwight, layup by Stark. So Dwight can get back into this game because of that defense. If they can create turnovers, they get it back to 10. Almost and it is a turnover.
That's a travel. And he knew it too. You could see his facial expression when he started to move.
So Dingus moved his foot, was going to pass, then he just didn't pass it, and Like Brandon said, Gino knew it right away.
I think he saw a Trojan kind of step in the way of the passing lane, and it would have been a turnover anyway, maybe.
Here is Duffy, kicks it over to Cox for Dwight. He's guarded by Hermes. Find a cutting Batchin who kicks it out. Starks for three, no good. Rebound cleared by Ferrari. Here comes Gino looking to run. Finds Burr, back to Ferrari. Gino up, no. Gino gets his own rebound, up and in. And Ferrari with another bucket and a lead back to 12 for St. Bede. Batchin with a give and go to Jensen. Kind of a wild pass stolen by Ferrari. Keeps it in bounds to Burr.
Now we're seeing the difference of the St. Bede with their full starting lineup here. You know, pushing the ball more, getting more rebounds, a little more aggressive without fouling.
Riva tried to three, missed it. Dingus got the offensive rebound, kicks it back out. St. Bede will reset. Here's Riva to Burr. Burr for three. Good! 15-point lead. Gus Burr with another three.
And that's a full timeout for Dwight. They didn't like to see that because that was a pretty three-point shot.
And Coach Hansen with the fist bump and pumping the fist. We'll take a short timeout. Timeout Dwight. 42-27, the Bruins up big. Tonight's broadcast presented by the Locker Room in Spring Valley.
Tired of generic gear that doesn't represent your true colors? It's time to take the next step with the Locker Room. Whether you're hitting the field, court, or cheering from the stands, the Locker Room is your trusted partner for all your sporting goods and custom apparel needs. Just like the pros, the Locker Room understands what it takes to showcase your identity with quality and style. From team uniforms to fan gear, they have an extensive range of products to customize your dream look. Check them out online or visit Mike and the team in Spring Valley, and now on weekends in Utica. The Locker Room. Elevate your game today.
A tradition of news and sports. 103.9 WLPO. Starved Rock News, Talk, and Classic Rock.
Jeremy Aiken, Brandon LaChance back. Three by Gus Burr. That's his third three of the night. He's got 9 points, all on triples for St. Bede. And 42-27. The lead now 15 for the Bruins. And St. Bede feeling really good about themselves, as they should here. Dwight's in trouble. They probably got to get Duffy going. He's been stuck on 10 points for quite a while. Duffy hands it off to Cox. Runner no good. Rebound fought for, and out muscling everybody is Burr for St. Bede. That one's knocked out of bounds by Duffy. The Bruins will keep the ball and inbound it. 4:26 to go in this third quarter. St. Bede leading 42-27. Riva with the inbounds, looking for Dingus, and he finds Gus, who's guarded by Cox of Dwight. Behind the back dribble by Dingus. He finds Ferrari, almost loses it, but Gino runs it down to Hermes.
Nice hands to make sure he gets when it was popped up.
Burr throws it away. Steal by Cox for Dwight, and he loses it. Dingus went for it. Cox runs it back down for Dwight. Out top to Lanius. They go in the corner. Duffy got open for three. No good. Kind of rushed it. Starks with the offensive rebound.
That's the shot they're looking for.
Yeah.
Their best three-point shooter in the corner.
Duffy will reset for Dwight. We're more than halfway through the third quarter. St. Bede up 42-27. Burr guarding Duffy. Finds Cox out top to Jensen. Here's Starks in the corner to Duffy, guarded by Burr. Out top to Cox, guarded by Dingus. Back to Duffy, well beyond the three-point arc. He throws it right to Hermes. He thought Lanius, I guess, was still going to be posting up. He vacated the spot, and there's a steal by Hermes. St. Bede looking to add to this 15-point lead. Riva.
That was easy pickings. I bet you St. Bede wishes that happened all the time.
Ferrari going to drive. Left-handed shot, no good. A little bit of contact, but they let it go for good reason. Rebound cleared by Dwight. Here's Duffy. Almost threw it away again. Jensen shot, no. And a rebound cleared by Ferrari. Ahead to Burr. Burr thought about the three, kicks it out. Ferrari, he pump fakes the three. Gino with a runner, no good. Rebound Starks, not a great shot there. Here comes Dwight quickly the other way. They go inside. Lanius up off the glass, no good. He was contested by Hermes. Rebound Ferrari, and there's some players out there breathing pretty heavy. We haven't had a break yet since that timeout. Burr will drive all the way. Draws contact. Oh, no. And he hit the court pretty hard. And we got an injury timeout. And a nice effort by Dwight helping him back up. Gus is okay. He went down pretty hard. He went looking for contact, and he got a little bit, but The referee said play on. Dwight will go ahead and inbound it underneath the St. Bede bucket. So we finally get a break and a couple subs coming in for the Bruins.
That's one of those tough fouls where, both were straight up pretty much. There was no body movement. There was nothing into Gus Burr when he went up. So that's why there was no foul called. And then he came down. He got hit in the midsection, and then when he came, it looked like he slipped when he came down. So it was a little more intangibles than a foul.
And since the play was stopped for an injury, Burr didn't want to go out, but they tell Gus he's got to sit out. So Tomsha will come in for Burr for St. Bede. 42-27 is the score. Here is Starks. Kicks it out. Cox will take a three. No good. Front iron. And a rebound by the sophomore, Graham Ross, and he is fouled on the reach-in by Dwight. That's only the third foul total in this third quarter.
Which seems crazy because in the first half it was, a foul every 15, 20 seconds from both sides. Burr is going to come back in pretty soon here. He's going to the table.
Not going to be able to get in before the inbounds, though. And St. Bede coming down with it. Here's Dingus, who's dribbling. He picks it up at the free throw line, finds Riva. Riva guarded tightly by Duffy. Riva bounce pass in the corner to Tomsha. Tomsha back out. Riva for three. No good. Front iron. Rebound Batchin. Quickly ahead to Duffy the other way. He loses control momentarily. Finds Starks. He'll fire a three. No good. Rebound cleared by St. Bede for a moment. It was stolen, though, and put back up. No good by Jackson Lanius, but he'll go to the line as he was fouled by Graham Ross, and that's Graham's third personal. Getting ready to check back in, Ferrari and Burr for St. Bede.
Just when we said there hasn't been many fouls, and then all right, I guess we got to pick up the pace because of you two over there.
Lanius with his first free throw is good. Young and Dingus will check out for the Bruins. And in for Dwight.
Young's a nice spark plug for the Bruins off the bench. Comes in and just high energy, the hustle guy that every squad I feel has got to at least have one.
Second free throw coming up for Lanius is good, and it is down to a 13-point lead for St. Bede. 1:50 to go here in the third. Riva is going to break the press himself. Dribbling, throws to Burr, kicks it over to Ross. Ross will take a three. Good! Ross got himself set, ready to fire, and he got the pass from Burr. Another assist for Burr. There's a three by Jensen. Short. Rebound, Lanius, no good. He gets his own rebound again. And he instigated that contact, and he got it on Ferrari. I mean, he probably had an easy layup, did Dwight's Jackson Lanius, but he bumped into Ferrari. He missed the shot, but he will go to the line for two, and he did draw a fourth foul on Gino Ferrari.
That was some good acting.
Or a third foul.
He did a little acting, got the foul from the Bruin as he was trying to maneuver, get out of the way, but they called it on him anyway.
Free throw is good. 45-30 St. Bede with the lead. Second free throw is in and out. No good. Rebound fought for. Who's got it? It is Riva for St. Bede. Carson quickly ahead. Here is Ross. Layup good. He's a nice looking sophomore. Graham Ross. He may still have some growing to do as well. 47-30 St. Bede with the lead.
I can tell Coach Hansen likes him over there on the sideline. Every time he does something, he's looking right at him with a thumbs up.
Steal by Ferrari, takes a coast to coast and rims out. Rebound Dwight. Here's Batchin. He's going to go coast to coast. Puts up a wild shot. No. Lanius with the rebound. Put it up and in and fouled. And his putback, he didn't even jump. He just threw it up with his feet on the ground on the court. And Gus Burr gets his first foul.
I mean, sometimes you just don't have to.
Yeah. So Jackson Lanius has been throwing his body around and becoming aggressive underneath. And he'll go back to the line again. And St. Bede's going to counter with Hermes. And they'll take out Tomsha. So I'm sure it'll be Hermes's duty to try to contain Lanius down on the block. Lanius misses that free throw. Rebound ran down by Cox for Dwight in the corner. Kicks it out, Batchin. He'll take a three. And no good. Rebound Ross for St. Bede. Here is Hermes, quickly ahead. Ferrari thought about the three. Gino will drive, kick out. Burr, Ross, wide open three, no good. Rebound Lania, stolen by Hermes. Layup up and in. AJ Hermes, Brandon, is one of those guys who seems to be right around the basketball at all times.
Yeah, just kind of players you got to have on the team. And just the intangibles, the role players to step in, grab those extra rebounds, make those extra passes, and he's definitely one of them.
Reach and foul on St. Bede, and that's their fifth. So 2 free throws coming up for Cox for Dwight. And it is no good, in and out for Evan Cox. He'll have another one. That foul was called on Carson Riva. It's only his first. Second free throw is good. 16-point lead for St. Bede. They can hold for one shot here in the third. 49-33. Here is Burr. 10 seconds. Gus still dribbling. Picks up his dribble. 8 seconds. Hermes Ferrari traveled. Gino faked the three and drove, and now he's just realizing he got called for a walk. And 5.5 seconds left here in the third.
This is one of what you were talking about earlier, defense for offense.
Yep.
Brian Hansen yelled at guys, get in, get in, get in, because he wants defense with 5.5 seconds on the clock. Dwight having the ball.
They don't want Gino Ferrari or Dingus getting another foul, so they're going to be on the bench. There's Duffy going to get a three off at the buzzer, off the backboard, almost went down, no good. So the Bruins extend their lead. It was 10 at the half, it's now 16. 49-33 coming up with the Spring Valley Citibank fourth quarter after this. On 103.9 WLPO, the WLPO app, Star Rock Media YouTube channel, and the Star Rock Media NFHS network. Bruins on top, 49-33. The fourth quarter next.
Are you looking for something fun to do? From live music and local festivals to family-friendly events, you'll find it all on the Starved Rock Local Entertainment Guide at starvedrock.media. Whether you're planning a date night or a day out with the kids, your plans are covered. The Starved Rock Local Entertainment Guide is proudly sponsored by Edward Jones financial advisor Chad Gilbreth in downtown LaSalle, helping you invest in what matters most. The Starved Rock Local Entertainment Guide at starvedrock.media, where your fun begins.
Did you know you can earn interest with your checking account? Hi, I'm Steve Piano. At Illinois Valley Credit Union, you can earn 3% on your checking account. Stop by IVCU and open a 3% interest checking account today. With $1,000 monthly deposit, make 8 debit card transactions a month, and you'll earn enough extra dough to help make your holidays a little brighter. Visit us in Peru or Princeton or at IVCU.com. Illinois Valley Credit Union, the biggest little credit union in the area. IVCU, you are who we are. Member NCUA. Some restrictions apply.
Stick around for more great rock after the game on 103.9 WLPO. Starved Rock News, Talk, and Classic Rock.
Back for the fourth quarter of action. It's Dwight basketball. 49-33. St. Bede leads the Trojans. Here is Starks kicking it over to Jensen for Dwight. Out top is Batchent. He throws it over to Cox. Cox guarded by Ross. Cox drives, gets a wild shot up. No good. Rebound top shift for St. Bede. Kicks it ahead to Burr, who kind of just lost his footing. And that's a turnover on St. Bede. Gus may have had a layup there, but just couldn't get his feet underneath him.
I will say the first half was very aggressive. Third, not as much, but I can already see the pushing and jostling for positions. So hopefully, St. Bede doesn't pick up some wild fouls, because they have been in foul trouble for most of this game with their star players. But hey, if they held on to a 16-point lead.
Duffy with the aggressive drive. He was hoping to get an and one. He made the shot, but the official says the foul was out near the top of the key. You're right, Brandon. The last thing you want to do for St. Bede is to foul and have Dwight be able to score with the clock not running. The clock is on St. Bede's side when you got a 16-point lead. But that's the first team foul, and that one went on number 2, Burr, for St. Bede. Here comes Dwight down by 16. Starks to Batchin. Out top to number 1, Joe Duffy.
They wanted to walk on that. When I say they, it was fans. I see everybody, doing the arm roll.
Starks with a kick out. 3 no good by Batchent. And a rebound put back by Jensen. And it's 49-35 now.
That just hopped right in his hands. He's like, hey, I might as well put it up. Easy bucket for Dwight to try to get back in this game.
There's almost a steal. Dwight with the trap, but they're going to call a reach in on Batchant. He's got to watch it a little bit, a little reaction after the foul was called.
That's his second, so not in trouble here. You know, you got 3 fouls left, 6:39 left in the game. I think for the most part, Dwight's guards, I mean, there's 3 of them that got two fouls apiece, so they can play pretty aggressive still, pick up a couple fouls and not be in trouble.
It's the second foul of the night on Batchin, and both times it's been very dramatic of Humi after the foul. So
we're in the LeBron James era where we put up arms and didn't do anything. It's a
little give and go, and it just happened to go to Ross, who was left all alone for a layup. That was not the intended pass recipient. There's a 3 by Jensen, and it's good. It wasn't not necessarily the prettiest look of a release and a shot, but Jensen gets it to go.
The good thing is if it goes in, that's all that matters.
Doesn't matter, yep. 51-38, Jensen with 10 now. Burr all the way lays it up and in.
That was a nice Euro step, jump stop, whatever you want to call that. A little bit of both. He did, I mean, he performed it accurately and got in there.
Burr in double figures with 11, and Jensen draws the foul on Riva. Blocking foul on Carson Riva.
They're not going to like that one, but he stood straight up and put his chest right into the ball handler's shoulders. You're going to get a foul on that one.
53-38, and there's another foul. That's Ross with a reach, and that'll be his 4th, I believe.
Foul, Graham Ross, his 4th personal.
That'll bring Hermes back in for St. Bede.
It's like you don't miss anything, though. Anytime there's a sub for St. Bede, you're getting pretty much just, not the same player, everybody's a little different, but the same quality of player.
53-38, St. Bede with the lead. And here's the inbounds out top to Duffy. Duffy drives, shot, nice jumper by Duffy. It's his first points since, I think, early in the second quarter.
And that was contested. He had a guy right in front of him, and he shot right over him.
Hermes beats the press, finds Riva. Riva to Burr. 53-40 as St. Bede takes the air out of the ball just a little bit. Burr drives, shot no, but he's fouled. And the Dwight player went to help him up, and he slipped, so a little slippery, some sweat there beyond the
Hey, I can, all throughout the game, if you give Gus Burr just a half a second to go to the lane, he's going right past you. You got to play on your toes when you're playing against Burr because he finds his way to the basket. It's great to see.
That foul was called on Lanius, who tried to do the gentlemanly thing and help Burr back up, and then he fell. I think they're looking for maybe a towel to wipe up behind the free throw line here in front of us by the stage. So a little break in the action here. 53-40, St. Bede with the lead over the Dwight Trojans. And the assistant coach, Dobrich, finds a towel here, Luke Dobrich.
Yeah, once you get this far into a game, we got 5:21 left in the fourth quarter. Everybody's a little sweaty. You hit the ground, hit the court, and it's slippery. I spent a lot of time with a towel underneath my foot, making sure nobody slips and no injuries happen and all that kind of good stuff. It's part of the referee gig.
53-40 is the score. To the line is Gus Burr for St. Bede. And Gus's free throw is good. So Burr adds to his night with 12. Leading scorer for the Bruins, I believe. Burr's second free throw is good. 55-40, the lead back to 15 as Dwight was starting to threaten to get it back to single digits. Duffy's going to take a 3, in and out, no good. Rebound Jensen. Back out Duffy, and he got fouled shooting a 3. Burr with a reach in, so Duffy will go to the line, and he'll have 3 free throws. Yeah, not what you wanted, and that's Gus's third foul.
Shooting foul at the line, Joe Duffy.
Duffy's gonna be firing him up here in this fourth quarter, trying to get his team back in the game. Duffy's free throw is good.
Yeah, I believe him and Cox, number 10. Is it Evan or Ethan?
They're shooters.
Even, yeah, they're the shooters. They're the ones that obviously have the green light, and every time they get the ball with the open look, they're going for it.
Duffy makes 2, and he's looking to finish it off with the third here. Of course, we're listening to or watching our Spring Valley Citibank fourth quarter. Third free throw coming up for Duffy is good. And clutch free throws right there, and the lead down to 12. Still plenty of time to play here, over 5 minutes. Gino Dingus looking to go to the basket, and he traveled. Yep, Gino just took one extra step before he passed. So, turnover. Dwight now has a chance to get it back to single digits if they can hit a 3. 5 minutes to go. St. Bede leading 55-43. Duffy to Starks. Probably going to run through Duffy here. He thought about a 3. It was knocked away by Burr. It's on the court. Duffy dives for it, finds Cox. And there's a reach in on Burr, and that is going to be 5 on St. Bede. Brandon, you called that at the beginning of this quarter where, you know, one of the things that St. Bede could not do is put Dwight to the free throw line, and here they've done it with just over 3 minutes into the quarter.
Yeah, they've already made it just a 12-point game. He knocks these down, and you're talking about 10 digits, 10 number, you know, a 10-digit game, and it's because they've been going to the free throw line.
Duffy Cox misses that one, in and out. So the best they can do is bring the lead down to 11 now. And that is the fourth foul, by the way, as well on Gus Burr.
And he's been an impact player for them, so obviously they need him on the court. He's going to have to play a little less aggressively, make sure he gets his arms out of the way when guys are coming by, because that's what a couple of his fouls have been, just going for a steal and his arm is hitting them across the arm or the chest, and you'll get a foul for that. And he has, and that's why he's sitting at 4, and St. Bede's already at 5. So now every little thing that happens foul-wise for St. Bede, Dwight's going to the free throw line.
Coach Brian Hansen takes a 30-second timeout to talk to his Bruins. 55-44. St. Bede trying to finish this one out, move to 4-1 on the year. 1-0 in the Tri-County if they can win this one. And again, they'll be in action tomorrow night at Hall with the Comoni Classic.
I can't believe it's already Comoni Classic time. It seems like these school years in sports seasons go by faster and faster the older you get. And you told me it was going to happen. I didn't want to listen to you. I was like, Jeremy, quit lying to me.
Yeah.
But that's not the truth. What you were saying was the truth, that's for sure.
St. Bede and Mendota tomorrow night. That'll be fun. That'll be a fun game. And that's the nightcap of day 1 of the Comoni Classic. Here comes Riva. Breaks the press, hands it off to Burr. Burr and Riva just kind of playing back and forth here for St. Bede. We're under 4.5 to play in the Spring Valley Citibank fourth quarter. Ferrari to Burr. Burr gets the pick. Bounce pass to Hermes. Gets it to Dingus. St. Bede running some clock here. And they got a reach in on Cox. That'll be the third team foul on Dwight.
And that'll be his third.
So obviously the chat in that St. Bede huddle was to run some clock here with a 12-point lead. Riva inbounds in the backcourt to Dingus. Gino with a left-handed dribble. Right on his hip is a Dwight player, Jack Statler, who's in for the first time tonight. Perhaps he's in to do just that and be aggressive and foul.
Actually, I think that's going to be on Duffy.
Okay, Duffy. Yeah, it is. Okay. It's only his second. Well, maybe Dwight's willing to put St. Bede in the bonus here early. That's 4, so next foul on Dwight will mean free throws for the Bruins.
And both teams have shot pretty well from the free throw line. Dwight's missed 3 and St. Bede's missed 3, and both have over 10 attempts. So they've shot at least 70% from the free throw line, both squads.
Dingus kicks it out. Ferrari thought about the 3. Gino gets in the air, and he gets it and he got a reach, and he kind of got bailed out, almost a travel.
And I think that's going to be on Duffy again.
Ferrari will go to the line.
White fouls on 42, Jackson Lanius.
They'll call it on Lanius.
It was on the other side. Duffy was, they had pancaked him in there to try to get the turnover, but yeah, just whacked his arm on, I'm going to say accident, because that's what happens in those situations.
Ferrari's free throw is good. Lead back to 56-44, back to 12. Gino was 7 on the night. Hasn't gotten a lot of minutes because of foul trouble. And free throw way short. Rebounded by Dwight. Here's Duffy looking to beat his man off the dribble. He loses it. Steal by Burr. What a great job by Gus Burr on the defensive side of things. Finds Riva. Up to Ferrari. Gino dribbles it back out to Riva. 3:20 to go in the ball game. We got a reach-in foul on Duffy, and that will send Riva to the line. Duffy all of a sudden with 3 fouls. All, I think, 2 of the 3 for sure in this quarter.
So now it seems like the strategy for both squads is just to foul or continue to do it because we're just going back and forth to free throws at this
I wouldn't
point.
think it'd be St. Bede's strategy, but Dwight for sure. Free throw by Riva is good. And back in for Dwight is Marchand. And Riva will try to make a second free throw here. And it is good. So 2 free throws by Carson Riva. Lead to 14 now. Here's Batchin. Kicks it out. Cox wide open 3. Got it. Hey, can't leave him that wide open.
No.
Lead down to 11. 58-47. Full court press by Dwight.
Cox is 1 of 6 from 3, but you could tell he's a shooter, so they'll shoot till they find their spot, just like this guy.
Burr kicks it out, in and out, no good. Ferrari. Hermes had the board, but it was knocked out of his hands. Great save by Burr, and they kick it back out to Dingus. Dingus trying to draw a foul, and he gets one on Cox, so Dingus will go to the line for 2. Coach Hansen still working on him about that open 3 on the defensive side of things.
And that's going to be 4 on Evan Cox for Dwight.
Dingus back to the line for St. Bede. Free throw is up, and it is good. Lead back to 12, 59-47. End of 3, Brandon. LP 20-17 over Morris, so that game going to come down to the wire. Second free throw was good. Here's Duffy. Jumper, no good. Rebounded by Dingus.
LP in a defensive battle over there.
Dingus still dribbling it. Passes it over to Hermes. 2:35 to go. Dingus all the way. Layup up and in. Lead back to 15. Dwight player goes down. And they find Starks, 62-47. Here is Duffy. Duffy going to try to drive. Kicks. Cox, baseline 3. No good. Rebound to Ferrari. A reach-in foul on Dwight. It's either going to be on Duffy or Starks. Pick your Trojan. It'll be Duffy, his 4th. And
I think we're going to have a timeout here.
Injury timeout. Full timeout. We'll take a quick one as well. Free throws coming up for St. Bede. The Bruins lead 62-47. This game presented by The Locker Room. The Bruins looking to close it out when we come back.
Our 2026 model year vehicles, so that means we have to clear the deck on all of our 2025s by the time the year's over. This is Brandon Urbans at Star Ford and Streeter. Stop by and see us to get $5,000 off 2025 Ford Rangers, $4,000 off Bronco Sports with 3.9% financing, $3,000 off the Ford Maverick, and up to $7,500 on select models of the all-new 2025 Ford Expedition. You can find all of our inventory at 2310 North Bloomington Street or at starfordstreeter.com. Your hometown dealer serving Streeter for 49 years and counting.
I'm Liz Bishop. Holidays are about the people we love and the memories we make. Turning off the screens for an hour or two, baking special treats with the kids, telling stories by the firelight. These are the magical moments that last. Let's support one another, laugh a little louder, be extra kind, and make time for the people who matter most. I'm Liz Bishop, wishing you and your loved ones joy, peace, and good health this holiday season.
Paid for by Friends of Liz Bishop.
Feel smarter. Start your day with Rod and Tom and Starved Rock Local News and Talk on 103.9 WLPO.
Jeremy and Brandon back. Mike behind the camera at 62-47. Gino Ferrari on the line for St. Bede. First free throw in and out, no good. Gino was 7 on the night, but his teammates have picked him up tonight. Left-handed free throw coming up by Ferrari. It's up and it is good. 16-point lead now for the Bruins. 63-47. Here's Duffy. Kicks to Starks. Starks will take a three. Back iron, no good. And they're going to say it hit the top of the backboard, I believe.
Yep, that's what he was pointing at. There's that strap that comes from the top of the, I guess, I don't know what you want to call that, the structure that's connected to the roof, to the hoop, and it bounces off that often here at the St. Bede gym.
Dwight with the press, beaten by Burr. He's going to go all the way, and he got fouled. Went down hard again, this time on his elbow. And we got a reach in away. Oh, no. St. Bede takes a full timeout. Let's take another quick one with him. 63-47, 1:54 to go. Back in a minute here on 103.9 WLPO.
When a play breaks down on the basketball court, you've got the rest of the game to make up for it. When something breaks down at home, you need prompt and professional service. Town & Country Services has their phones manned 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so your problems and questions are all taken care of promptly and professionally. Town & Country offers free estimates and affordable rates, are licensed professionals, and have been a staple in the Illinois Valley since 1919. When you need prompt professional service, call Town & Country Services in Tonka or Princeton.
Town & Country Services.
Hey, this is Mark at Someone's in the Kitchen in Princeton. We've got a spanking new contemporary kitchen display for you to see, featuring Zona Vita cabinets. That's Zona Vita, meaning living space. These cabinets are made for living, all right. Wow, sleek Italian styling, smooth German engineering, organized by our designers for your active life right here in America. Better come and see, and let's imagine together at Someone's in the Kitchen in Princeton.
Feel smarter. Start your day with Rod and Tom
It's the smartest show on the radio.
on 103.9 WLPO.
Back in action after the timeout. The Bruins with the inbounds, and Hermes with it, looking for teammates, and he's going to draw a kick on Dwight. So St. Bede will just inbound in front of their bench. 1:44 to go in this one. The Bruins trying to finish it off. Up 63-47. They inbounded to Ferrari. He's quickly double-teamed, and Gino's going to get a charge. Ferrari tried to fight his way out of that double team. Got to be careful. That's his fourth.
Hansen was I thought he was asking questions, challenging, what had happened. But then now it's going to be a timeout.
Are they going to say that he got that before the charge?
That's what he's saying.
Wow, Dwight's. It may not matter. I mean, you're up 16 with a $140, but you can understand why Dwight's saying, "You got to be kidding me." That was.
Yeah, and the ref that is saying that that's what happened is talking to him. Coach walks away like, I don't think so, buddy.
So that's a break for the Bruins. They'll maintain possession. 63-47 with 1:40 to go here. Again, you can watch this game on the Starved Rock Media YouTube channel, even when it is over. Of course, go back and watch it.
Hear our beautiful voices broadcast games. I mean, it sounds like a great time.
It's been a very entertaining game, that's for sure. The Bruins took control late in that second quarter, really. Mills back and forth in the first quarter. And the Bruins have just had a comfortable lead pretty much throughout the second half. Here is Riva dribbling for St. Bede. He's in the corner, which makes it easy to be double-teamed. And another timeout for the Bruins. That leaves them with one left.
They got trapped in the corner. That is bad news for an offensive squad. Even though, like you said, they got the big lead, a minute 30 left. It was either going to be it was probably going to be a turnover if he did not call a timeout there.
That's one of those where the sideline acts as an extra defender. And Coach Hansen pointing to the court, trying to get his guys in the right position here. Obviously, Dwight is going for broke in playing in-your-face defense, looking for steals.
We do got a final between Marquette and Seneca. Marquette beat Seneca 53-32.
Well, they were in control all night long in that one.
Yeah, they had a 30-9 lead at halftime.
So Marquette with a big statement win as we start the Tri-County Conference season. They inbound it. Riva to Burr. Burr dribbling around, loses it. Stolen by Batchin, who throws it ahead to Duffy. Duffy in, draws the contact, a wild layup, and that's probably going to foul Ferrari out of the game, I think. So Gino's done.
Foul is on Gino Ferrari. That's his 4th personal foul.
That's his 5th. Pretty sure that's his 5th.
I think it is.
I think the officials think it's his 5th as well, but the St. Bede score. Oh, okay.
We're going with 4.
Free throw is good by Duffy. If this was a closer game.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Yeah. Duffy makes the free throw. He's got 15 now. Guess we'll have to go back and watch this game tomorrow on the YouTube feed, Brandon, to see if that was the 5th foul or not on Ferrari. Timeout. Dwight will take a full timeout. We'll step aside. St. Bede trying to win this one. It's kind of screeching to a halt here as Dwight's trying to fight back in. 63-49 St. Bede back after this. The locker room in Spring Valley presenting St. Bede basketball.
Tired of generic gear that doesn't represent your true colors? It's time to take the next step with the locker room. Whether you're hitting the field, court, or cheering from the stands, the locker room is your trusted partner for all your sporting goods and custom apparel needs. Just like the pros, the locker room understands what it takes to showcase your identity with quality and style. From team uniforms to fan gear, they have an extensive range of products to customize your dream look. Check them out online or visit Mike and the team in Spring Valley, and now on weekends in Utica. The locker room. Elevate your game today.
Our local basketball teams are shooting for big wins, and they're not the only ones with a legacy of success. For 119 years, Spring Valley City Bank has been a trusted partner, helping our neighbors with their banking. I'm Stan Wolf. Spring Valley City Bank believes in relationships and experience. Our knowledgeable lenders have a strong commitment to you and provide a solid foundation for the community. Visit our Spring Valley or Peru locations or call today for an appointment. Do business with your friends and neighbors at Spring Valley City Bank. An equal housing lender, member FDIC.
On your radio, on your mobile, and your smart speaker too. Starved Rock Local, 1039 WLPO.
A foul on the inbounds. Gino Ferrari draws the foul, and Dwight Duffy is going to foul out. What a game from him. He had 15 points, and Duffy is gone for Dwight. And he's taking his time here as Trojans head coach working the officials still. And they're going to make a substitute as Duffy's night is over. Gino Ferrari to the free throw line.
Trojans at the line, Gino Ferrari, 2 shots.
Duffy definitely had the hot hand early.
Yeah.
He had 10 points at halftime. Like you said, he finishes with 15. But at the first half, he was the Spartans' offense.
Ferrari with the free throw here. It is up, and it is no good. Short off the front iron. Gino's just, because of the foul trouble, he's never really fully gotten into the flow of this game tonight. Jensen back in for Dwight. 63-49 St. Bede. Gino with the back iron. No good. Missed them both. Starks with the rebound for Dwight. Here come the Trojans quickly ahead in the front court. There's Caden Wood. Kicks it out top to Batchant. Again, their leader is out now. 5 fouls, Duffy. There's Cox for 3. Short. Rebound corralled by Dingus. He's triple teamed. Gino is going to be fouled. So we're under a minute to go, and St. Bede will come the other way. Dingus will shoot 2. As the sophomore Caden Wood picked up the foul for Dwight. Oh, actually going to go on Cox, so he's gone. Second Trojan to foul out tonight. And they'll bring in Jack Statler off the bench. Dingus to the line. Gino looking to get high honors for the Bruins with points. He's tied with Burr with 13. Gino's free throw is good. At the end of this game, Brandon, we'll have the Illinois Valley Credit Union Player of the Game, and we'll discuss that when we take a break and take a vote. If a tiebreaker is needed, we'll have Sab break the tie. 65-49, 2 free throws good by Dingus. St. Bede's just maintained that double-digit lead pretty much this entire second half. 3 no good by Starks. Dwight not calling off the Dogs yet. They foul again. Starks with the reach in on Reva, or they call it jump ball. I guess they called it jump ball.
Yep, they sure did.
Dwight's going to keep their press on, and both coaches just keeping their main guys out there, not going to unload the bench here. Now Dwight's still fouling. Dingus is fouled by Batchant. And how many does he have now?
I think that's his third.
Third, okay. First time tonight that Colin didn't pull the LeBron and who me after that one. He kind of knew that one was on him. Not
Surprising.
Not surprised by that one. Dingus back to the line, looking for his 16th point, and he gets it. So Gino Dingus, the junior point guard for St. Bede, and now we're going to get some substitutes. Drew Carboni comes in for the Bruins. We got Chase Reva. Michael Schultz is going to check in, and Sean Brayton as well. So St. Bede.
I think we know Sean's dad.
I think we do, yeah. Looking for Sean's dad in the crowd here.
He was, when I walked in, he was standing by the door, like right across from where we were at. I was talking to athletic director Mike Armato and a couple of other guys from St. Bede, and he walked past and we nodded at each other. Always good to see Derek Brayton.
See him, now I see him. He's up in the top row. Free throw by Dingus, no good. 43 seconds left to White, bringing in some substitutes as well. And not sure what's going on here as the officials talk to each other. Everybody's kind of smiling. Was Gino not the right? Oh, maybe it wasn't. There wasn't even supposed to be free throws there. Okay.
Hey, it happens.
So Dwight gets the ball. 65-49 with 40 seconds to go in the Spring Valley Citibank fourth quarter. The Trojans with a wholesale group of new players in there. There's a three, and it's good. Always like to see the guys at the end of the game get some shots in, and that's Caden Wood, a sophomore.
It's always fun.
Yeah, see if there's a three, no. And rebound fought for. Gidritis for St. Bede up. No, is partially blocked. Gidritis with a rebound. St. Bede looking for some shots here. Carboni out top to Schultz. 7 seconds, 5 seconds. Schultz dribbling. Carboni thought about the three. Can't get one off. They'll get a shot at the buzzer. Got it! How about that?
That's going to be a two. He was on the line, but it's going to count.
Drew Carboni at the buzzer gets a bucket, and that's a great way to end it. As St. Bede wins this one going away, they control the entire second half. It's the Bruins 68. Trojans 52, and tonight's W presented by the Locker Room. We'll take a break. We'll come back with some final numbers. St. Bede victorious at home to move to 4-1, 68-52 over Dwight.
What the good times will at Mardi Gras Trivia Night. Join us Saturday, January 31st for Waltham PTCC's Mardi Gras Trivia Night at Seneca's Oak Ridge. Doors open at 5 and trivia starts at 7. And come hungry, Habaneros will be serving their amazing food for purchase. Reserve a table for up to 10 people for just $100. And businesses become a sponsor and support Waltham students. Contact my mom Melinda at 309-532-4835. Join us for masks, trivia, and Mardi Gras magic.
Celebrate the season with an outdoor adventure at Camp Aramoni. Saturday, December 20th, join Camp Aramoni for a hike and dine experience, including a guided hike along the gorgeous trails that wind through Camp Aramoni's historic 96-acre property. You'll also enjoy a variety of delicious food, upscale drink pairings, and live music. It's the Hike and Dine Experience, 2 to 6, Saturday, December 20th at Camp Aramoni. Visit camparamoni.com for tickets and information, or call Camp Aramoni at 224-7333.
Tired Tired of generic gear that doesn't represent your true colors? It's time to take the next step with the locker room. Whether you're hitting the field, court, or cheering from the stands, the locker room is your trusted partner for all your sporting goods and custom apparel needs. Just like the pros, the locker room understands what it takes to showcase your identity with quality and style. From team uniforms to fan gear, they have an extensive range of products to customize your dream look. Check them out online or visit Mike and the team in Spring Valley, and now on weekends in Utica. The locker room. Elevate your game today.
Connecting Point, we provide solutions.
Our employees are like family here at Connecting Point Computer Center. So from our family to yours, we hope this Christmas season brings you joy, peace, and happiness. This is Jeff Borelli, president of Connecting Point Computer Center. We are blessed and thankful for having served the North Central Illinois area for over 50 years. Again, have a very Merry Christmas from your friends at Connecting Point Computer Center in downtown Peru.
You know Connecting Point for computer sales, but they provide both small and large businesses with IT management, web design, custom programming, and various cloud services. Make Connecting Point your go-to for all computer needs, sales, service, and support. Locally and family operated for over 50 years. Downtown Peru, just west of the post office, or anytime at cpointcc.com. All things computers.
Connecting Point, we provide solutions.
The City of Peru presents the Lighted Christmas Parade this Saturday, December 6th at 5 p.m. Hi, I'm Jamie London, and I will be there live on location on this Starved Rock Media station starting at 4. Parade lineup also at 4 in Washington Park on Park Road. It will end at Peru City Hall, where you can see Santa. Another wonderful holiday season is afoot in Peru. Merry Christmas from the City of Peru and Starved Rock Media.
Are you looking for something fun to do? From live music and local festivals to family-friendly events, you'll find it all on the Starved Rock Local Entertainment Guide at starvedrock.media. Whether you're planning a date night or a day out with the kids, your plans are covered. The Starved Rock Local Entertainment Guide is proudly sponsored by Edward Jones financial advisor Chad Gilbreth in downtown LaSalle, helping you invest in what matters most. The Starved Rock Local Entertainment Guide at starvedrock.media, where your fun begins.
Tickets to the game and wherever you go. Download the free 1039 WLPO app today.
Coming back. Jeremy Aiken, Brandon Lachance back, and St. Bede victorious tonight over the visiting Dwight Trojans, 68-52. The Bruins led 15-13 after one, 33-23 at the half, opened up a 16-point lead after three, 49-33. And the 16-point deficit is what we finished with, 68-52. St. Bede with the win tonight to move to 4-1 overall, 1-0 in conference play. Dwight falls to 2-3 overall, 0-1 in conference play. And Brandon, you got some final numbers for us tonight?
You know I do, Jeremy. Always, always. Junior Gino Dingus led the Bruins with 14 points. Gus Burr had 13 points, but he also had 5 rebounds and 5 assists. He did a little bit of everything, had a couple steals as well. Gino Ferrari had a little bit of foul trouble, kind of couldn't find his shot, finished with 8 points, but on the boards he was a beast. He had a team-high 9 for the Bruins, and then leading the way for Dwight was Joe Duffy with 15 points, knocked down 2 3-pointers early, had 10 at halftime, and then the St. Bede defense kind of found a way to slow him down a little bit. He only finished with 15.
So there you go. Great effort all around by the Bruins to win their 4th game of the year, and they'll be in action tomorrow night at Hall in the Comoni Classic against Mendota. That'll be a big-time battle with 2 really good teams, St. Bede and Mendota. We're going to come back. We'll come back and tell you who our Illinois Valley Credit Union player of the game is, and we'll thank our sponsors and mention a couple final scores. Final here, St. Bede wins 68-52 over Dwight. Coming back in 40 as we'll wrap things up from St. Bede Academy. St. Bede Academy.
The perfect gift this year for you or someone on your list is a clean vehicle from Hampton Auto Detailing. Schedule a detail or pick up a gift card. Owner Damian Hampton does every job himself. Full detail, inside and out, paint corrections, ceramic coating, and more. Find Hampton Auto Detailing on Facebook to see more.
Make your list, then check it twice for savings. The 1039 WLPO Christmas Radio Auction is Saturday, December 20th. You won't want to miss these last-minute bargains. Listen for more coming soon on the December December 20th WLPO Christmas Radio Auction.
This is where you go when you need to know. 103.9 WLPO. Starved Rock News, Talk, and Classic Rock.
Back here at St. Bede Academy, where the Bruins won tonight over Dwight, 68-52. Want to thank, of course, our presenting sponsor, The Locker Room. The Locker Room is your local home for all things sports, from equipment, uniforms to fan gear. It's The Locker Room. Find out more at lockerroombpb.com. Town & Country Services, a proud sponsor as well. Whether you're too hot or too cold, remember Town & Country Services is doing whatever it takes. Tonight's second and fourth quarters were brought to you by Spring Valley City Bank. Our local basketball programs aren't the only local favorites. With a legacy of success for 119 years, Spring Valley City Bank's been a trusted partner in helping our community with all their banking needs. Visit locations of Spring Valley City Bank in Spring Valley and Peru. And time now for our player of the game. It's brought to you by Illinois Valley Credit Union in Peru and Princeton. Become a member today at IVCU and unlock all the financial services that IVCU has to offer. Now, the story of this game, Brandon, early on, you had Gino Dingus and Gino Ferrari get foul trouble early. And so St. Bede had to go to their bench and go to some other players to contribute. St. Bede and Dwight were close in that first quarter. The Bruins got a 2-point lead. Again, Ferrari and Dingus didn't play much in the second quarter, and St. Bede was able to extend the lead. And then they pulled away in the third and fourth quarter. And, you mentioned Dingus led the way points-wise, but, boy, what a night I thought all around for Gus Burr.
Yeah, he knocked down 3 threes. He had 5 rebounds, 5 assists. He was just a little bit everywhere. He was on the boards. He was causing turnovers for Dwight just with tough, aggressive defense, and didn't really get into foul trouble. He did add 4, but they kind of spread out throughout the entire game. Wasn't in a lump sum like some of the others were for both Dwight and St. Bede players. He just helped to lead the team. I mean, 2 of your top guns go down or on the sideline, and he stepped up and made things happen. I also want to throw in A.J. Hermes and Carson Riva. They stepped up rebounding-wise, steal-wise, got a couple points on the board, but just the little intangibles, the role player things that you need your role players to do, they did.
And also a mention to the sophomore off the bench, Graham Ross, came in and made a big difference for St. Bede.
Yeah, he had 9 points and 5 rebounds. He was all over in the paint, and he was a really good, solid contributor.
So all-around effort by St. Bede, and congratulations to our Illinois Valley Credit Union player of the game, St. Bede senior guard Gus Burr. Well, again, want to thank our sponsors, The Locker Room, Town & Country Services, Spring Valley City Bank, and Illinois Valley Credit Union. Want to thank Mike Redmond, John Small back at the WLPO studios. John will be updating the Derek Kessinger State Farm scoreboard, so check that out tonight and tomorrow morning for all the results tonight. Want to thank Mike Sabatini, as always, behind the camera on the Starved Rock Media YouTube channel and the Starved Rock Media NFHS channel. And, of course, I want to thank my partner, Brandon LaChance. We'll have a quick turnaround. We'll be in Oglesby tomorrow at Illinois Valley Community College. We'll have a doubleheader, women and men. The women first against Bryant and Stratton. And the women will tip off at 1 o'clock. We'll then take a little break, and we'll come back with the men's game. Should be a lot of fun. Bryant and Stratton's always a pretty good junior college program. So the Eagles will have their hands full tomorrow. But happy to have the Eagles back on WLPO. It's been a while and been too long, so looking forward to that. Have a great night. Stay safe, stay warm, and again, we'll talk tomorrow from IVCC. More basketball presented by The Locker Room. Rod and John Small in tomorrow morning. Be sure to tune in starting at 8 o'clock on WLPO. Have a great night.